Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You could leave life right now." Think about that. What if this moment was your last? How would that change how you live, how you think, and how you act? Life is fleeting, unpredictable, and full of challenges. But with the wisdom of Stoicism, you can navigate life with clarity, resilience, and purpose. Today, we'll explore 9 Stoic rules from Marcus Aurelius that will transform your life. Let's dive in. Rule 1. Amor fati, love your fate. Life will throw things at you, good, bad, and everything in between. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that instead of resisting what happens, we should embrace it. He wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." Think about that. A fire doesn't complain about the wood it gets, it just burns brighter. When you lose a job, face a setback, or encounter difficulties, ask yourself, how can I use this? How can I grow? If a friend betrays you, maybe it teaches you discernment. If a project fails, perhaps it paves the way for something better. Loving your fate isn't about passively accepting things. It's about turning challenges into fuel for growth. Rule 2. Focus on what you can control. Marcus Aurelius's most famous idea is probably this: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. We waste so much energy worrying about things we can't change, other people's opinions, the weather, the past, the future. But Marcus reminds us, none of that is within our control. What is? Your thoughts, your actions, your choices. Imagine this. You're stuck in traffic. You can't change the cars in front of you, but you can control your reaction. Do you honk and fume, or do you use the time to listen to an audiobook or reflect? In every situation, you have this choice. Focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. Rule 3. Memento mori, remember death. You could leave life right now. This wasn't just a passing thought for Marcus, it was a core principle. He wrote, "You will not live forever. You are destined to die. But this gives your life meaning." Memento mori isn't about being morbid. It's about clarity. When you remember that life is finite, you stop wasting time on petty arguments, procrastination, or things that don't matter. You focus on what does: your loved ones, your purpose, your legacy. Imagine if you knew you had a year left to live. Would you spend it doom scrolling on your phone? Or would you create, love, and live fully? Marcus reminds us, you don't know how much time you have. Make it count. Rule 4. Be tolerant with others, strict with yourself. Let's face it, people can be frustrating. They're selfish, unreliable, and sometimes downright mean. Marcus knew this. He wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, today I will meet people who are meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful." But instead of judging them, Marcus practiced tolerance. Why? Because he understood that we're all flawed, himself included. He reminded himself to be strict with his own behavior, but forgiving of others. If someone cuts you off in traffic, instead of lashing out, ask, "Have I never made a mistake?" If a coworker misses a deadline, think, "How can I help?" Stoicism isn't about letting people walk all over you. It's about responding with patience and grace. Hold yourself to high standards, but don't expect perfection from others. Rule 5. Start your day like Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius didn't waste his mornings. Despite being the most powerful man in the world, he didn't sleep in. He wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I am rising to do the work of a human being." His morning routine was simple but powerful. First, he wrote in his journal. Meditation is actually Marcus's personal diary. Writing helped him clear his mind and set his intentions. Then he focused on his most important tasks for the day, starting with what mattered most. What's your morning routine? Do you roll out of bed and grab your phone, or do you start with purpose? A good morning routine doesn't have to be complicated, it just has to set you up for success. Rule 6. The obstacle is the way. Have you ever faced a roadblock and thought, why is this happening to me? Marcus Aurelius would challenge you to think differently. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Think of an obstacle you faced. A failed exam, a breakup, a business that didn't work out. Instead of seeing it as the end of the road, what if it's the beginning of a new path? A failed exam can push you to study smarter. A breakup can teach you self-respect. A business failure can open the door to a better opportunity. The obstacle isn't the end, it's the way forward. How can you turn your current challenge into a stepping stone? Rule 7. Concentrate like a Roman. Marcus believed in the power of focus. He wrote, "Do every act as if it were the last act of your life." When he worked, he gave it his full attention. He didn't multitask, procrastinate, or do things half-heartedly. Think about your work. Are you fully present, or are you distracted by notifications, emails, or social media? Marcus teaches us that meaningful work requires deep focus. Concentrate like a Roman. Whether you're writing, cooking, or spending time with loved ones, give it your all. Rule 8. Is this essential? Most of what we say and do is not essential, Marcus wrote. Ask yourself, is this necessary? This question can simplify your life. How much of your day is spent on things that don't really matter? Scrolling through Instagram, saying yes to commitments you don't care about, chasing goals that aren't yours. By cutting out the non-essential, you free up time and energy for what truly matters. Start asking yourself, is this task, conversation, or thought essential? If not, let it go. Rule 9. Live for the common good. Finally, Marcus reminds us that life isn't just about us. He wrote, "The fruit of this life is good character and acts for the common good." True happiness isn't found in selfish pursuits. It's found in contributing to something bigger. Help a neighbor, mentor a colleague, volunteer, or simply be kind. Stoicism isn't just about self-mastery. It's about leaving the world a better place. Marcus Aurelius's wisdom has stood the test of time because it speaks to what truly matters. These 9 Stoic rules, amor fati, focusing on what you can control, memento mori, and living for the common good, aren't just ideas, they're tools for living a better life. Which rule resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments, and if you found value in this video, like, share, and subscribe for more Stoic insights. Remember, life is short. Live with purpose, live with courage, and live like a Stoic.